Oh, hello, people. My name is Kale Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew, very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Abeka Group of Companies and Sammy Flex TV presents September to Remember. And in September to Remember, Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. ATM wakonya na oni yako Dubai. Na wako shewa nisu adie. Na fe ya sanswa jienia boom. Na yebeko tour places biti se Desert Safari, Dubai Frame, Atlantics Water Park, Dubai City Tour. Na fe yacht party nsu tietia. Na ya sanswa party in the cloud. ATM mayen komani ya mekanchiro. Da be ya September to Remember. Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Na ya basu 24th September. Dikosi 29th September. Annie. Enti for any reservation. Anasen chirichirimu bia. Any fresa umatrufo we. 0243 514732. Ana plus 971 559 49 4061. Proudly sponsored by Sankofa Restaurant, Taste Africa, Ohineba Jemai TV, and Afe, Edike Media. September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Ebeye kikim.
I know so many people are waiting for this particular video, which is going to be an explanation to all the noise, all the confusion that we see to be happening around our industry between Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy. And as a matter of fact, after Shatta Wale's live video yesterday on Facebook, I know discussions have been different on different platforms. This one is saying that, this one is saying this, and it has been like that. And of course, manager of Stonebwoy also speaking on radio, writing stuff on his Instagram story and all that. I want to call this one the Shatta update because already on this platform, we have a segment that we offer information to those who are interested in the Shatta movement empire or those who are interested in the SM family. We have been sharing this information with you guys here on the platform, and that is exactly what I'm going to do in this editorial. Maybe after this, we'll still be waiting for further discussions on whether we are still going to do our show at the stadium or maybe be moving it to a different location. That would also be discussed with the team led by Shatta Wale, Charles Nyama Mensah, and we let the rest of the team know about it. My name is Sammy Flex. This is Shatta Update here on Sammy Flex TV. I'm doing this with Digital Rasta. He's on camera. He's also called Currency, and Richie Flex, who is the editor and director of our show. Tap Tap Send is one of our sponsors here on this channel, Sammy Flex TV. At any point in time, if you live abroad and you want to send money from abroad to Ghana, remember, the only app that does it better is Tap Tap Send. And that I want you guys to know. It is the best. Try it today and thank me later. Anytime I'm thirsty, sorry about this. Anytime I'm thirsty, this is the water I drink. It is called Verna Mineral Water, and you can also try it same way. Now, let's get into the issues. I'll see how best I can do this within some few minutes so I don't bore you with so much words. First of all, let me even declare this before I start talking. Sammy Flex is not fighting for Shatta Wale because I'm not a Shatta Wale fighter. Sammy Flex is managing Shatta Wale as a professional who knows his job. Sammy Flex is doing the job of Shatta Wale as a pro and not a fighter. So those who are thinking Sammy Flex will come shouting big, and to insult Stonebwoy or to insult anybody, no, that's not what I'm here to do. So if that is why you came here, I'm sorry you are going to be disappointed because that's not how I want to handle my issues. Like I'm saying, I know how working with these two are. They have all done well in building their individual brand. So if not for anything, you have to put respect on their brands. Now, let's start talking. We all have known Shatta Wale has been doing the Freedom Wave concert at least for the past 3 years with Medical. And all the shows that they have done so far, it has been successful, or they have been successful. They started by playing the arc that is at the back of the post, and after doing it for a while, they realized that no, we can do it. And even thanks to Roland Amate, who suggested that Shatta Wale rather goes ahead to do the Stadium 360 because he thinks he has the numbers. He came here for an interview like that when Roland suggested to him that he can go ahead to do it. Then last year, he started the Stadium 360 agenda. We all know the history. I don't need to belabor that point again because we all know he failed the stadium within 11 days. He did that show within 11 days. And this time around, because last year he did it 11 days and some of the fans started complaining that, oh, we did not get enough time, we did not even hear about it and blah, blah, blah. Shatta saw the potential in the program and he did not want to wait for that kind of short preparation anymore. But rather he wanted to give enough time so we can do this. So as early as somewhere June, July, he posted his first flyer announcing the show. As early as June, July, he posted his first flyer. That is about the 6th month of the year, making his intentions clear that this time, guys, we are coming and we are even going to come harder. And that was how it started. So right after that, June, July, he told us to go and make payment of the venue. So as early as August, I sent Roland Amate to go to the stadium to go do arrangements so we can go do payment. That was early August, and like first week or second week in August. That was when he was there. Then when he went there, they told him, oh, the stadium does not just take money like that. But even before you come and they take your money, you first of all write a letter to them. You write a letter to them requesting that you want to use the stadium. Then when they respond to your letter, then they will give you a contract which will detail how much you are supposed to pay for them to be able to release the facility for you to use. The moment he came back, right after, we prepared the letter. And my director or my editor will show you the letter. The letter is dated, I think first, yes, let me be sure. The letter is dated 1st September. Yeah, let me be sure, once again, I'm coming. Yes, our letter is dated 1st September here. And that was a weekend. I think it was the weekend we went to, where did we go to? We went to Sogakope, yes. So that Sunday we did our letter for the people. And that same day we even sent it to them for them to know that, yes, we are ready to do the arrangements. So when we sent the letter to them, and they started telling us something. What they were telling us was that, one, someone is looking forward to book the stadium for a 23rd December show. But as the stadium rules says, the stadium rules is such that if you want to book the space, they give you enough time or ample time to do your setup and your tear down. Setup means arrangement of your logistics, your speakers and blah, blah, blah. And tear down means packing or loading off, as they call it. So if anybody wants to book any date, they make sure that around your setup and the tear off or pack or loading off time, there is no disturbance there. There is no distraction there. So you can have ample time, free time to do your things without speed. But because the person is also coming to do a similar thing like you want to do, the stadium, listen to this, the stadium officials that we spoke with were telling us that. So they even want to lead a conversation to talk to our suppliers. In this case, our logistics providers, those who are going to give us sound, light, stage, and all the communities. They want to even talk to them and see if they can partner. So that they will partner with Stonebwoy supplies and our supplies. Then we will not struggle to come and do the show when Stonebwoy's them are packing off, because it will be low. Because they know the 23rd time, the 23rd date. It means Stonebwoy's team will finish their show on 24th. If they play 23rd, it means they're going to finish their show on 24th. And 24th means we are not even going to have any day. Because 24th, they are now going to pack out. What time are they going to pack out for us to set up to do our show on 25th? So as of that time, they were not even telling us. As a matter of fact, they were not even telling us who had booked or who wanted to book it. I asked the stadium said, oh, We can't tell you now. It is a non-disclosure information because the people, we have not finished with them. We are still talking. And these are the words of the stadium officials. Oh, the people, they have not even booked yet. We are still talking, but we want you guys to have a conversation about it. And if you guys are okay, then we go ahead to issue your contracts for you guys to come and do payment. Then I received a call from the stadium that said that Stonebwoys. Okay, so let me jump it. So, as an industry person, I did my search and I realized that the people they are talking about is Stonebwoy. All because I saw a post on, this post was on 9th, 20th. Okay, that is today. So, wait, I'm going to get that for you. I saw a post from someone called Uncle K, who posted on his story about the Accra Sport, a photo of the Accra Sport Stadium, and he used that image of the loading. That was the image he used, the loading. And let me take my time to go and check the exact date that thing was posted, because I got it from a friend who I would want to keep anonymous because it might not be good. So that was on 5th September. So it was on 5th September. I'm checking it here. Maybe I have to give a screenshot for my editor to lay emphasis on it. That was on 5th September. And as of the 5th September, the thing was even still on the story of the Uncle K. Later, I got to know that the Uncle K is one of Stonebwoy's team members or management members who lives in the UK, who shared that particular information about the event or about their intention to do the stadium show. And he said it is loading. If you see the image there, that's what it means. It is loading. That was on 5th September. Then I go to them that, guys, so all this while, the person you are saying has booked the stadium that you don't tell me, so it is Stonebwoy. So why are you hiding it from me to start with? If it is Stonebwoy who wants to do a show there, is that a secret? The stadium is not a secret society, so why are you even hiding it from me? They said, oh yeah, it is because he has not booked officially yet. We are still talking, so we can't mention his name. I said, well, whatever. We are not going to be comfortable with the arrangement you've even started discussing with us. Because we all know nobody should come and pretend here. Nobody should come and be a hypocrite here. Stonebwoy and Shatta are not friends like that. They are not friends. And this same issue we are talking about, if it had been Stonebwoy who was doing his show at the Accra Sports Stadium for 3 continuous years, and Shatta comes to do 2 days or 3 days before his show, we all know how this story would have been told. We all know how the story would have been discussed. Shatta would have been insulted heavily in Ghana. Everybody will call him a wizard, you are ungrateful, you are this, you are wicked, you are that, you are boom, boom, boom. Like they'll come and say all sort of shit about Shatta here in Ghana. But all this while, I was not even telling Shatta all. I was keeping most of the information with me. So later, one morning, I received a call from Stonebwoy's manager, who is in the person of Chief Abiola. Of course, he's a friend. Whilst they were even on tour, we were talking. I have done shows promoting and reviewing their tour. So I sent him the link. So I received a call from him. And the first call was when he was trying to also talk to me. That Sammy, Charlie, can I talk to Shatta so that Stone also wants to do his show at the stadium this time around, but looking at his dates, it is obviously going to disturb our setup. So if I can talk to Shatta so they all use the same supplies and they do it, so that right after they are done, then Shatta can also use the supplies as well. I said, well, in fact, as you talk to me, I can only go and discuss with him if it is something he'll be interested in. But I told Chief that I know between you and I, he won't be interested in this. And Chief knows very well that Shatta won't be interested in this. In fact, Chief was interested in it. And Stonebwoy would also not be interested in it. But I said, well, I'll still go and discuss with him. Maybe, who knows? This time we might have a different story. And around the same time, I was also supposed to go to a meeting at the stadium. So Chief told me that, when I go to that meeting, after that meeting, I should give him a call. Let him know how it ended so that we will know if we have a deal or not. So I go to the meeting, I think, the next day or two. And when I went to the meeting, we met the Professor Chumasi, who is the main man at the stadium, the man who is really the final decision maker at the stadium. And then in our discussion with him, we told him the discomfort that we would have That's our first meeting. Please listen very well. We told him our discomfort that we have should Stonebwoy and his team do their show on 23rd or 22nd. It will bring us so much discomfort. We explained everything to the professor. The professor agreed that, oh, it is true. Even the stadium, and listen to me, this is the professor's words, that even the stadium, that is their modus operandi. That is how they operate. Anytime they are doing anything at the stadium, they give you ample time. They give you ample time to do setup and to do tear down. At least a week interval, because if you are doing 3 days to do setup and 2 days to do load off or tear down, that's about 5 days. The week is almost over. So they give like a week to do all these things. So if it is like that, to them at the stadium, the person they recognize in their books is Shatta Wale, because Shatta Wale has been working with them for the past 3 years. So if there is someone they recognize in their books, it is Shatta Wale. So they would secure Shatta Wale's date, and Stonebwoy can go ahead and set any other date, maybe a week after Shatta Wale's show. He can also do his show. Once again, the professor's words and not my words, and I'm not telling lies here. That Stonebwoy can also pick a different day, maybe after the week, because the professor even told me now they want more events to be happening at the stadium, because the stadium is not only to be meant for football. They want so many things to be happening there. So we can come and do our show. Stonebwoy can come and also do their show, but for the time frame, they have to just get it right. So it can be an annual date for Stonebwoy and an annual date for Shatta Wale as well, as Shatta has taken or chosen the 25th December. So right after I left the meeting, I did a video, and once again, my director will show you the video right after the meeting. So in the video, there is a gentleman with us who is called Jude. He is in the video. You can see there is a gentleman with us. He's called Jude in the video. Right after right after that meeting, then I got the opportunity that, okay, now the professor has given us, because even after the meeting, the prof told the Jude guy that right after the meeting, go and prepare our contract for us and give us our bill, so we come and pay. They even said that Shatta Wale's team owed from last year, because after their show, there was a little damage somewhere and they think they have to pay. They have written a check on that. They wrote a check on that about some payment that we have to do in addition to what we are coming to pay for this year. All those things, nobody has complained. We have never said we are not going to pay. We are ready. Bring the contract. Okay, this year you are paying this. Last year you owed 20,000. Just pay and we are good to go. Whilst waiting for all these things, anytime I call the Jude boy, who is in the video that you just watched, anytime I call him, oh, Charlie, we are coming, and the professor is still looking at something, and the decision, you guys have to decide. Jude, we have told you we are not comfortable with this arrangement, so why do you always still tell us to go back to? Meanwhile, I've had several calls with him. And anytime we talk and he brings this issue of we have to go back to Stonebwoy's team and settle with them, I tell him that, Charlie, we are not interested in this Stonebwoy issue again, because he can also have his date to do this. So in all these things, when we got to know that, oh, the thing is delaying, then Shatta spoke with his godfather. Lord Comey has been Shatta's godfather. They talk about business, they talk about politics, they talk about everything that people can talk about. Then he tells his godfather that, oh, I'm trying to book the stadium for my show on 25th. We even have to travel. We have to go to London. And when we go to London, we spend almost a month or two there. So we want to do some arrangement. As it stands now, we want to pay the stadium. We want to pay our logistics providers so that we know the major part of the event, they are done. So when we go to the event, when we go to UK, we can take our time and do other businesses we want to do, because we also have series of activities we want to do in the UK. So he called Lord Comey to help him talk to whoever can help fasten the process, quicken the process of the payment. Then I'm sure Lord Comey placed the call to the professor that, oh, this is what he's hearing, that Shatta and Co wants to do payment for their show, but it looks like process to pay is delaying. So can he help them to, or can he assist them to fasten so that they can do the payment? That was why Shatta called Lord Comey. And Lord Comey placed the call, and I'm sure the professor agreed. So later, after we went for that meeting, and in that meeting, the professor also told us that, okay, no problem, we can do this show, blah, 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 have our time, do enough, and Stonebwoy can also take a week later or a week before and do his show, and there is no problem. That is fine. Then, the weekend. So that we went to that last meeting on last week, Wednesday. And the last week, Wednesday, the professor told the Jude guy to prepare our document for us, maybe Thursday or Friday. All this while, do you know, I've had money in my bag. Anytime I go to the stadium, I am having the money. The money has been with me since we had a show in Kumasi. So the payment that people made with Game Park, the payment that people made, that was what Shatta said, keep that money, don't bring it to me. Go and settle the stadium. So all this while, I've been working with like some 100,000 in my bag and my car all the time. The people in my office know this. Because when I took half of the money, they said, no, just go and pay the people. Go and pay them. So all this while, 100,000 is in my bank, my car that I've been going in and out with. Then when I knew we were going to Kumasi and I couldn't keep the money because I was going to be away from home for about 4 days, leaving that money home would not be safe. I went to deposit the money in my bank account. So as it stands now, that money for the stadium is still lying comfortably in my bank account. Maybe I have to chop it. Now that they are playing dilly-dally with the show. So if someone tells Shatta I'm going to chop the money, I know it will turn fight, but I'll still chop it. Unless the stadium says, Sammy, come and pay the show and do your show, then I'll come and pay the stadium, then we are good. So I put the money there. Over the weekend, I think on Friday, whilst in Kumasi, I called, how do we call him? Jude. I told that, Jude, last Wednesday in our meeting, the prof agreed that we do our show and that Stonebwoy them should give them a different time to do. But I've seen that there's another flyer flying all over that they also have a 22nd show. And he said, he doesn't know anything about it. But you, Tuesday, the prof will call for a meeting, so we come and squash it. I said, hey, another meeting again? When we've had a meeting with the prof just this Wednesday, the prof says you come and do our show. You are calling for another meeting again on Tuesday. Well, who am I? The stadium is not for me. Once again, the stadium is not for Shatta, so we will surely go and listen to what they are saying. Only for us to go into that meeting, and the prof tells us that he has been receiving too many calls on this our show. Looks like we are even stressing him. Over the weekend, this one is calling, this one is calling, this one is calling, including the president's daughter, who has called him that he should give the slot to Stonebwoy to do the show. And that nobody should stop anything. But nobody was stopping anybody. Shatta Wale has not said the stadium is for him or for his father, Shatta Kapo. So someone should not give it to anybody. All that he was saying was that time that the stadium says that's their policy, that is how they operate. Let us have it so we don't have any issue with anybody. Later or before, anybody at all can do their show. Shatta alone cannot play throughout the whole of December. So let's do it like that. And as it stands now, the prof said, at the moment, because of what is happening, his hands are even tied. He can't even do anything about it again. So as it stands now, Starter should do 25th. Stonebwoy should also do 22nd. Then I tell the prof, this will inconvenience us, obviously. Because in our first meeting, he told us we have our 3 clear days and 5 days to do our setup. But the prof said, at this stage, he can't do anything about it. And that he even heard that last year, we used 1 day to do it. So why are we not going to manage to do it this time around? So the prof indirectly was not ready to listen to anybody's opinion or anybody's discomfort report again. He's done. Stonebwoy, do 22nd. Shatta, do 25th. I'm done. You go and prepare and come and let's take photos. And the professor, at that time, everybody was not happy, especially in our team. Because we were going to suffer. For Stonebwoy's team, they were okay. Yeah, Chief was okay. Vibing all over, talking plenty and letting them know that this is what is happening and we can do this, we can do that. Knowing very well that what they are saying is not true. You cannot do your show on 22nd, finish the show early morning of 23rd. What time are you going to set off? Or what time are you going to pack off? What are you going to load off before we can come in? You finish everything quarter like 24th. And our show is 25th. How are we going to do setup? Unfortunately for you guys are playing even a part of the stadium. We are playing the whole stadium. So our load in terms of setup is even bigger than your load. But you have all the days from wherever to 22nd to do your setup. And we have just 1.5 day or just 1 day to do setup. It is not going to make us comfortable. So the prof at that time was not ready to listen to anybody. At that time, he was taking a decision because that was what he was waiting to do. Okay, now this is my decision. Whether you are comfortable or not, because in his words, you have to manage it, you can do it, you have to manage it. He took a decision and in our unhappiness, we got up from the meeting, took photos and we went out of the meeting. Now, earlier, okay, let me even come and supply this information. So when I went for that meeting, the first one that the prof said, we can do their show. Our show is 25th, and they can also. That was when I did the video. When the video came out the next morning, Stonebwoy's manager chief called me. In the morning, Charlie called me, but me, why am I doing this? It is just respect that he's giving to me. He told me I should go for a meeting and tell him what is happening and all that he's seen. I put out a video and what is that? And we've called Lord Coming. They also have power so they can call people. Sure, Hey, Charlie. Chief, who has been my friend that we have been talking and vibing nicely, this time around calls one morning, raised his voice on me, shouting, So when he finished, I told him, Chief, me and you, we don't have fight, too. Because that's the last thing I'll do. That's what I said in my intro. I'm not fighting for Shatta. Well, I'm working with him. I'm working for him. I won't fight for him. I don't have the strength to fight for him. So when you start like this, when you start, I come to Chief. You see the way you started talking? When I also come in the same way, are you sure we can make any meaningful conversation or make any meaningful agreement? That's what I said to him. He spoke with me with a certain Kwame Jan, who I think was also a supplier. So the Kwame Jan was also trying to explain to me that, oh, Sammy, we can do arrangements. So later he even apologized that, okay, sorry if he spoke like that, but actually when he saw the video, he was not happy and his people are sending it to him, blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. I said, okay, no problem. You are my friend. I'm not going to fight with you because of Shatta, Wale and Stonebwoy. I'll never fight with anybody because of Shatta, Wale and Stonebwoy. I can only talk. If you want to talk to me, we'll talk and that's it. I might be working with him. Tomorrow I might not be working with him. So why do I fight for? Or what do I fight to get? Nothing. It is the work that I've been given. The work there. I'll make sure I'll do it diligently. Imagine ye. No tears, no share. Sammy flex, and that's what I'm up to all this while. So yesterday we went into the meeting and the professor said, now he can't do anything about it. His hands are tied. This one is calling him. This one is calling him. So he's tied. Stonebwoy, take 20 seconds. Shatta, take 20 feet. He's done. I went out of the meeting. Now, something interesting that I've not even told Shatta Wale yet. I know when he hears this, he will even be mad at me, but I'll still say it. When I went out of the meeting, in the meeting, the Jude guy brought 3 chairs. We were there. They came a little late because the professor was even getting angry. He wanted to leave. They came a little late. And so when they came in, they called Jude that they were in. And Jude brought 3 chairs for them. So when they brought 3 chairs, Chief, who is Stonebwoy's manager, and a certain man, I heard later his name is called Roger. He also came to sit. So there was one of the chairs remaining. And nobody came to sit on it. So I even thought, why? Was Stonebwoy around and maybe knowing the meeting was not his level, he didn't come or what? So nobody sat on the 3rd chair. But it was so obvious there was a 3rd person. Then I came out of the meeting. When I came out of the meeting, after the meeting, we took pictures. Professor said we should go and do our show. We took pictures and we walked out of the meeting. Then I saw a gangster-looking guy sitting in the foyer of the office, like the reception area. Like, of course, when I say gangster-looking, you know what I mean. Like, then killer song. The moment he saw me, I'm getting up, so maybe you have to turn your camera. The moment he saw me, he also gets up. We are from Ashama, speaking with that kind of killer voice. Charlie, we are from Ashama, the show we're going to do it 5 days. We are from Ashama, the show we're going to do it 5 days. I'm sure that when he was saying that, he was expecting a Sammy Flex to respond and say, what 5 days are you going to do? Who are you? But Sammy Flex was not trained like that. Sammy Flex was not brought up like that. The meetings, we don't go with our phones. So I just picked my phone from the secretary's table and I walked off. Went to take my car and I waved at, because Roland told me Chief was even looking for me. Because right after the meeting, I went off. Obviously, I was not happy with the decision. So I went off, drove my car away. So Roland told me Chief was looking for me. So when I got to where, after the meeting, he was talking to the Jude guy. They were having a discussion on their own, whatever they were talking about. I am not too sure about. They were talking, and I waved at him and I went there. Do you know in the meeting, something came up? What came up was that the stadium has not given either us or Stonebwoy's team contract. But as it stands now, someone, an insider at the Accra Sports Stadium officials, has given them an account to pay money in without contracts from the stadium. So the professor was not even happy with that decision. The professor was mad. That, why would you do that? Who would give you an account that I don't have any contract with you? I've not given you any contract, but you go and pay money in my account. Indirectly, they are blackmailing the stadium. So it comes like, we paid first. Listen to this. So if I see people posting on social media and you fly, you put out flies and you've not paid, you put out flies and you've not paid. The stadium has not given me the power to pay it. It's not as if there is no money. Money is still sitting in my account. The stadium has not given the power to pay it. And we were only following the stadium's rules and regulations of engagement. We could have also asked for the bank account, because last year, Rashid has all those details. I can, Charlie, give me stadium's account, let me go and pay money. I could have done that, but no, that was wrong. That was wrong. I couldn't do that. I was just waiting for the stadium to give me, this is the approval, take your letter and go and pay. It was not coming. Meanwhile, someone, an insider, has given Stonebwoy Dems an account to go and pay money into it, creating the impression like we have paid first. Listen on. Meanwhile, Shatta posted his flyer some June, July day. It was on 5th or something August that you guys started something is coming. So who is really telling lies? So when I saw an Insta story from Chief, and I want to read that story as well. I said, oh my goodness. So when I saw this post, sociopathic pathological liar. Sociopathic pathological liar. Stop throwing dust into the eyes of the people to win sympathy. You know the truth. Say it and set your soul free. You are just bitter just because your underground efforts and incessant pressure through Lord Comey and others to get Prof not allow Stone hold his concert failed. Even after he changed date from 23rd to 22nd to make way for you to have 3 clear days. Sorry, someone is calling me. Let me catch this one. To make sure you have 3 clear days before your concert. 25th is set and still clear for you. Stop lying, my guy. This is what our manager puts out. If you do your show 23rd, 22nd, it is not 3 clear days to do setup. And because I understand he knows events, he knows this. Because I understand he's knowledgeable about events, he knows this. And he puts out this. But as a matter of fact, this is not what I would want to involve in. This is not what I would want to involve in. So as it stands now, that is what prompted Shatta to go and do the video, his live video. So ladies and gentlemen, to those who want to know why and what is happening, this is it. I didn't add some, I didn't remove some. This is the fact. Anybody at all who thinks I'm saying something different, I'm ready to defend myself on any day. Roland Amate was there. Maybe I'll call him on another episode for him to also tell his side of the story, because he went there first before me, I even followed up. Guys, this is the story. So even reading this, where he says, stop throwing dust into the eyes of the public to win sympathy. Where is the sympathy? Shatta is not. He said you are just bitter because your underground efforts and incessant pressure. Nobody was stopping Stonebwoy from holding his concert. Shatta has said the stadium does not belong to him. He's only looking for comfort for his space. That is all he's been looking for. So where is the lie when he says Shatta called Lord Comey to help process him to get the account to put the money in? This is the truth, guys. Of course, I know when it comes like this, Shatta Wale is the evil one. Some people, even after listening to this explanation, will still say what they want to say, and we will not gag anybody. Everybody can go ahead to say what they want to say, but to us, this is the fact. Like I said earlier, we are waiting. If a decision comes and we think it is comfortable for us to do the show at the stadium, we'll go ahead to do it. If a decision comes and we still think, no, it won't be good for us and we have to change locations or we have to change venue for the event, we'll surely come back to communicate to you guys. Guys, thank you for listening. Share this message to the world. Tell them that this is the Shatta side of the story, as has been narrated by Sammy Flex, who is a management member of the Shatta Wale team. And we continue to do the work. We are not fighting anybody. Once again, I respect Stonebwoy and his efforts in the music industry. We only have to do what we have to do as pros. Thank you for watching. Share with someone. And for information, if it is your first time here, we have a segment called Shatta Updates. Every verified information, every confirmed information about Shatta Wale, we put it out here on this channel. Subscribe, don't miss out, and keep watching. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency. Thanks to Richie Flex. And thanks to you for believing in the truth. We are out of here.